2019 Lamborghini Urus car review. Astonishment happens to be what a Lamborghini does best. Lambos drop jaws, dilate pupils, inspire goosebumps, and knock frontal lobes back into the parietal lobes. They are impractical, intemperate, impossible to determine of, and acquire stupid hot inside, but, damn, take a look at and pay attention to them. Now right here is the new 2019 Urus, the first Lamborghini that does none of the things. It's the counter-countach. A crossover. Purely to be a business proposition, the Urus was unavoidable. The market is keen about SUVs, and ignoring that will the profits built with it is usually a formula for permanent market marginalization. Lamborghini requires a crossover to anchor its earnings, stabilize sales, and recruit customers who may wish an Aventador or perhaps a Huracan but who require a vehicle that functions to be a daily driver. If Lamborghini sells the 3,500 plus Urus it offers to annually, that effectively doubles the business's sales. Will success ruin Lamborghini? It's V8 time again. The Urus is the first V8-powered Lambo ever since the Jalpa left production in 1988. But as you move the Jalpa's 255 horsepower 3.5-liter V8 was an impartial Lamborghini design, the Urus is really a product from the Volkswagen Group and leverages the assets with the massive corporation. So the Urus's engine is often a 641 horsepower version in the twin-turbocharged 4.0-liter V8 employed in high-end Audis, some Bentleys, plus the Porsche Panamera. Lamborghini vaguely claims that demon tweaks including specific cylinder heads are actually applied. Even so, the V8 is assembled in a Volkswagen plant in Hungary and shipped to Lamborghini to be a complete unit. It's much less charismatic since the Huracan's V10 or as intimidating because of Aventador's V12, nevertheless the Hungarian V8 underneath the Urus is who defines the vehicle's character. Lamborghini has fitted it through an exhaust system that burbles with menace even at idle and snarls ferociously under load since it approaches its 6,750 revolutions per minute redline. The twin-scroll turbos involving the cylinder banks endow it with low-end thump. Unlike any previous Lamborghini's engine, they've all been naturally aspirated up to now. There's 627 lb-ft of torque between 2,250 and 4,500 revolutions per minute, and plenty below and above those points, so the 8-cylinder endows the Urus, which has a responsive muscularity that's as mesmerizing being a Lamborghini engine must be. Even though it grunts unlike any previous Lambo engine. The V8 feeds a version of ZF's familiar 8-speed automatic transmission which can be manually shifted using trigger-like paddles behind the controls. In turn, it sends torque with a torsion center differential that will dispatch around 70% in the thrust to your front axle or even a maximum of 87% rearward. But the real trick will be the torque vectoring differential in the rear that coordinates, which has a rear wheel steering system to include nimbleness in any way speeds. Share genes. What the VW Group gene pool gives, additionally, it takes away. The Urus uses the identical large SUV platform useful for Audi's Q7 and upcoming Q8, the Bentley Bentayga, and also the Porsche Cayenne. In the universe of SUV engineering, there's nothing wrong with VW's MLB Evo platform, yet it is engineered primarily to Audi's preferences, using the engine chilling out forward in the front axle line. Beyond the obvious weight-based concerns, it necessitates a blunter nose than even perhaps the Euro market regulations might have required and structural hardpoints that happen to be more blocky than sleek. The Urus's body shell is built with the same plant in Bratislava, Slovakia, the place that the Q7 as well as the Cayenne are assembled, then it's shipped to Lamborghini's new Urus assembly line in Sant'Agata, Italy, having its mostly aluminum skin aurochs painted. From there, Lamborghini assured us, things are all assembled manually by genuine humans. The robots for the facility move parts to be able to work stations. The Urus's 118.2-inch wheelbase is often a slight 0.3-inch over the Q7's, and its particular 201.3-inch overall length stretches 1.7 inches more than that from the Audi. But conceptually the Urus is closer for the swoopy-roof BMW X6 and also the upcoming Q8 compared to the Renault Q7. Both front seats are definitely more aggressively bolstered than expected in a very crossover, while a regular rear bench allows 3 cross-seating. Most Urus buyers may very well opt for the toe bucket rear seat option, however, which can be more in keeping using the Lamborghini vibe. Theatrical insides. Hexagons dominate the Urus's dashboard with aviation-style controls. Does a symptom button need to be beneath a red flip cover? And the shifter is really a big handle that simulates a jet's throttle and is particularly framed by smaller tamburo levers, the left one for selecting from around 6 anima driving modes, Strada Street, Sport, Casa Race, Neve Snow, and also the optional Sabbia Sand and Terra Off-Road, and also the right side activating the customizable Ego mode. Think of it as Jungian within the left and Freudian on the appropriate. A lot in the interior is pure exotic car theater, but it's through the driver's seat the Urus feels probab other Lamborghinis. Yeah, you're sitting upright and relatively high, but it's all too easy to suspend one's disbelief and pretend the engine isn't from the wrong place, which there aren't 3 lots of apertures. Surrounded in contrast-stitched micro-suede and carbon fiber, it's all this wing fighter as family hauler. It's truly athletic. And in comparison with basically every other SUV, this is really a blisteringly fast beast. Lamborghini claims that 0 to 62 miles per hour takes only 3.6 seconds, and which the Urus will reach a top-notch speed just shy of 190 miles per hour, making it the fastest production SUV around the market. The Tesla Model X ran to 60 miles per hour in 3.3 seconds in your testing, however the Model X is limited into a 130 miles per hour top speed. The Urus beats that by 60 miles per hour and shouldn't top speed function as the criterion where all crossovers are ultimately judged? Equipped with all the optional 285/35R23 front and 325/30R23 Pirelli P0 rear tires and running inside aggressive Casa mode, the Urus has grip that may seem to go on forever, right until the moment it doesn't. During a few proctored laps across the Vallelunga circuit outside Rome, the Urus's steering was impressively quick, and also the nose would turn in sweetly. But burn into a corner somewhat hot along with the nose wheel push. Lamborghinis aren't designed to understeer inside our book. Racetracks are fantastic fun, nevertheless the Urus is a lot more impressive within the road, where it lopes along feeling understressed and composed, if stiffly sprung. At a cruise the exhaust nicely quiets down, the transmission heads to get a high gear, and engine speeds drop to barely above idle. Lamborghini has produced long-legged tourers before, for example the 350 GT and also the Spada, as well as in an oblique way, the Urus represents a return of these cars' long-lost talents. Beyond that, the Urus also returned some with the ability in the legendary LM002 SUV that Lamborghini built from the late 1980s and early 90s. The Urus is nowhere close to narrowly focused as that raw off-roader, nevertheless the new model was all too easy to hustle around a compact dirt course create outside Vallelunga. Moab plus the Rubicon can always be beyond it, however. Few individuals will ever drop the harder than $200,000 forced to procure a different Urus. But Lamborghini occupies an outsized part in the collective enthusiast soul. If the ruse succeeds and allows the corporation to create more spectacular machines since it stares on the electrified future, it'll have served the whole dreams well, and should have done for its maker what are the Cayenne and after this the Panamera have prepared for Porsche. A Lamborghini can be a Lamborghini because Lamborghini says it really is, yet it's difficult to imagine any teenager developing a poster connected with an Urus up within their room. But it's very easy to imagine their loaded parents creating a real one within the garage.